5 seconds remaining.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to what is our final game of today's American Qualifier coverage. It is DileCom versus compLexity in game number 2. Now, let me get everyone up to speed here. Let me see. I can try using this standings graph. I could see if it's actually up to date. It looks like it may be, but regardless, after our first series, it was Digital Chaos taking the 2 wins, and then in our previous series, NP took their 2 wins, and what ended up happening is because of those 2 wins by NP, compLexity are also going to be joining the other teams and being mathematically out. So this is technically a match that doesn't matter as far as Star Series progression goes, but these 2 teams are still going to square up and bring their best. That's right. As myself, Cuddle Guy, and CCNC joins me again for this wonderful adventure. Welcome back after another small break, CCNC. How are you? CCNC. C.
Oops, sorry, I have my mic muted.
CCNC. Hi, what's up?
I'm back. Sorry. Check your Twitter messages real fast.
Uh-oh, what happened here? Oh, okay. So what we're gonna do? All right, this has happened before. It's fine. You didn't make it in. I thought I saw you in there briefly. Now we did change a couple of lobbies, everybody, because there was a ticket issue.
Yeah, we changed like 6 times.
We did change the lobby like 4 times. So I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up now. There's gonna be no Dota TV, but for a game that technically doesn't really matter, it's the last game of the day. I'll forgive you for it, and I'm sure everybody else will too. No, they will not. But it's fine. We're going to disconnect. I'm going to disconnect from it because it's more important that we're actually watching the same game at the same time and not with a 2-minute delay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we might have a little bit of a wait here as the game does load up. So what I can do is hit this button, and we can look at just at least the rosters for now. So, all right, man, you heard the news. I mean, maybe you already knew, and I couldn't figure it out in my slow brain, but it is compLexity going to be out of this one. It comes down to pretty much just DC and NP. NP will have to face compLexity 2 days from now, but this game obviously not mattering as much. So, what do you think is going to happen here? What are these teams going to look to do then in a game in this kind of situation?
I think it'll be similar to last game in the sense that DileCom is going to try and just go ham early on, just win this game as fast as possible, or even compLexity doing that. I don't think based on their lobby chat, doesn't seem like they care. They just kind of want to get this game over with. And they're very competitive people, so I think they'll definitely try and win. But I think they'll try and win as fast as possible.
So what do you think would be the best kind of compLexity lineup for them to end it as fast as possible? That last lineup was pretty good at being able to do so. It was come online at some point, 5-man, and be able to kind of push things down, and they got it in a decent time. Are we going to just see them go back for that yet again, or is there something else compLexity are able to bring that kind of could end this one faster? Let's say.
I think they'll probably go for another 5-man-esque lineup, win their lanes, and then just try and snowball down the buildings once they've gotten an advantage.
All right. I have the live game in progress here, and we'll have our answer. Let me go ahead and now put this back into the pick screen. For now, you can just see a wonderful picture of Lady Wind Ranger here, and we'll have our answer to the question to see if compLexity are going to go back with what works or not. I think at the start I saw something like a Shadow Demon for one team or the other, so one team is definitely going to play this a bit foul, but we'll see.
I'm surprised that was let through.
Yeah, somehow it would appear. No, I will not listen to myself. Again, guys, I'm going to apologize now. People are going to be rolling in, and they're going to be like, there's no sound in Dota TV. Yes, I'm sorry. There will be no sound in Dota TV for this one. We were not able to both make it into the lobby, unfortunately. I'll take the blame on this one. Say I didn't communicate to you that yet another lobby was made after the 4 already. But we'll watch it from this point of view, and we'll still get all the action here. So are you loaded in as well? Do you see the lobby yet?
Yeah, I am in.
All right, sweet.
There, just ban Slaughter, or just ban Ember.
Yep, all right, we're good to go. It's about to be first pick. There's no Shadow Demon ban. CCNC, what are the odds that we're going to be seeing a Shadow Demon in the first phase of picks here?
What are the odds?
Pretty high, I imagine.
I'd bet my life savings.
Your life savings? $15, $20?
10, you were close.
10, okay, well. I'm curious if DileCom probably pass on it. This feels like a situation where compLexity are baiting out the Shadow Demon like we're gonna get it,
Reserve
and we're gonna
time.
get a Luna, and you're just gonna cry, and we're gonna end the game right here and now. We'll see if that's the case or not. DileCom though, I don't know. Maybe they pull out some sort of crazy throwback strat. No, they grab it. Okay. I actually don't. I didn't remember
Complexity's
before I left
turn
the
to
game
pick.
which team had the Shadow Demon. I just remember glancing and seeing a Shadow Demon. But it's good to see the wits are there about, and DileCom are going to grab the Shadow Demon for themselves. So let's see what's the best thing available for Complexity to be able to grab up with their 1-2 punch.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they take the Luna or if they, give them the
5
Shadow Demon
seconds
Luna and they have an
remaining.
answer for it. I think Complexity picking up the Dark Seer right here is pretty likely. It's one of the okay, so they go for the Leshrac.
Complexity's turn
Oh
to
yeah, I
pick.
forgot they first picked that hero. All right, so going for the support duo here.
Dire
So
team
looks like they
pick.
are gonna play versus the Shadow Demon Luna if Dalcom wants it.
I think Complexity are welcoming it. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have been saying that there's really no sense in picking up the Luna into the Shadow Demon because late game the Shadow Demon Luna
10
illusions are
seconds
even better than
remaining.
Luna herself, so it's like, why even bother? But I mean, Lesh is great. I mean, you
5
got
seconds
plenty of
remaining.
ways to kind of burst through some illusions, especially if you get some good momentum. We saw Rose earlier today for Team
Reserve
MP
time.
have a wonderful game on Leshrac. Maybe Complexity looking to kind of do a bit of the same here. But yeah, we are going to be in
Complexity's
store
turn
for
to
the
ban.
fabled and wonderful Luna Shadow Demon.
Dire team
Dalcom really
ban.
want to get this win.
Yeah, I think Complexity equipped to deal with it quite well. They have a setup here for the Leshrac stun. Probably looking to maybe give Mu a more self-sustainable carry in the bottom lane. Maybe looking for something like a Weaver or a
10
Juggernaut,
seconds
and then
remaining.
get these supports moving around. Try to shut down the Luna as early as possible.
5 seconds
Rotate around the map
remaining.
and get kills.
Seems like a
Reserve
likely case
time.
here. If they could get something out of it. Interesting Meepo ban. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I've seen too much of the Dalcom members play a whole lot of Meepo. Maybe it's one of their players that we don't know. I mean, I don't know Van to play a lot of Meepo or even Smash.
Yeah, Smash and Van do not play Meepo. So maybe one of their other players
Complexity's
do.
turn
Maybe
to
Complexity
ban.
just doesn't want to play against it. You never know if some random person
Don't want to
played
get
Meepo back in Dota
cheesed.
1 and they're still good at it or something. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You don't want to just get kind of cheesed for no reason there. So, yeah, maybe Complexity just using their bans for anything
10
that they do
seconds
not want to face,
remaining.
regardless of picking history from their opponent or not. It's also kind of
5
hard, let's
seconds
be honest, to kind
remaining.
of look up. You can't really look up Dialcom and just be like, oh, this is their picking history. This is not even the same Dialcom team probably as it was the last time I watched them. I'm not
Dire
too sure, but
team ban.
it's going to be a difficult team to kind of predict what they're going to be picking here in the draft. For now, very uniform, very formidable. But now we move forward through the bans here. Complexity getting rid of the Mirana, which is typically a great pairing also to have with a Shadow Demon.
10
We saw the power
seconds
of a support
remaining.
Mirana earlier today. So something Complexity also don't want to
5
consider facing.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, so not gonna give them that combo.
Reserve time.
I wonder if Dalcom would actually take it. They'd sort of have that scenario where you have two pairs of super mobile supports, but
Dire
Complexity actually
team
going to take the
pick.
Morphling. So, another one of those sort of Luna counters. You get a free Luna. There's the Morphling, there's the Darkseer and Shadow Demon. Typically, that are the big ones
Yeah.
that do it well. So they are going to go for that Morphling. It's not a hero we see Moop play a lot. It's a
10
slower
seconds
paced hero.
remaining.
You want to farm up. A great late game hero,
5
obviously.
seconds remaining.
And Shadow Demon good versus Morphling too, in his own right. Sort of the issue is this
Reserve
Morphling is always
time.
just jumping in and blowing you up the start of every fight because you are so squishy on the Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
So pretty good versus him in that regard. Well, if you can get a disruption on him, the Morphling illusions definitely hurt though.
Yeah. That's the thing. It kind of goes both ways there. A lot of hate for Complexity to kind of take it back to the Shadow Demon, not just having the Rubik who can potentially steal the disruption, but yeah, as already mentioned, the Morphling now has that replicate too. So it could be a bit of a fickle game for Luna, but as we all know, Morphling has a slower build up, so we have to see how precious this laning phase is going to be. At least the safe lane is going to be for Complexity. I mean, having a Rubik and a Lesh is already a nice kind of dynamic duo to have for your support, so he's got comfort nearby in that front. We got to go back to DileCom side. They need their offlaner. They need someone to kind of control this. I don't know if it needs to be now primarily someone to kind of shrug off some of this magic damage or some way to be able to kind of prevent heavy push and keep your tower standing. And something to build around, maybe the push that Luna brings. Or, you know, you just get an ogre because, you know, get second support, he's pretty good.
Yeah, buffs up that Luna.
Yeah, you know, why not?
Yeah, it's Ogre has fallen off popularity quite a bit as people have kind of realized that hero he'll win you one lane, and then
10
come mid game if you're
seconds
not really far
remaining.
ahead, or if your cores aren't massively snowballing and just sort of like carrying you to
5
victory,
seconds
winning every
remaining.
fight because there's just some bloodlusted TA or Luna just running around and killing everything. If that's not the case, and this
Reserve
hero falls
time.
behind and does very little to nothing when behind, sure you can make your cores farm faster, but you're basically just sacrificing a little attack speed and movement speed for an entire hero because his other spells don't really do anything whenever he's behind, and if he's maxed the bloodlust.
Not exciting to really play either, I'm sure, but sometimes I guess it gets the job done, at least if DileCom or they just put a lot of value in their Luna player to be like, this one's going to be for you. We have a Shadow Demon for your side. We have an Ogre now, and we're hoping you're going to take us into the Promised Land, but that's putting a lot of chips onto Luna, and compLexity get to kind of get the wherewithal about it now. And with that bit of intel, I have 2 more picks to kind of work around it. Still need to get the cancel grab. I don't know if anything is kind of standing out here as the cancel go-to, but anything that might kind of be able to help out when you're kind of going against the likes of this heavy illusion battle. Do you cater to that a bit through your mid game? I don't know if it means like getting something to deal with illusions or picks up a Mjolnir.
They could go for the cancel Tinker. It's pretty good versus the Shadow Demon Luna. You can just laser and it hits all the illusions. You have a lot of burst damage. So you can just burst this guy down early on, but they're not going to go for it. So they're going to go for the Invoker.
Dire team
We'll see if he goes for Quas Wax, the Quas Exort. If it is the Exort, they'll obviously have even more burst potential across the map. It's Quas Wax, so it'll give them some fighting potential. And a lot of DileCom's heroes are pretty mana dependent. Ogre with a really teeny tiny mana pool,
10
and Luna
seconds
as well.
remaining.
And Luna with a little bit bigger, but if she's out of mana, her
5
team fight
seconds
contribution
remaining.
early on is basically none. So
Yeah.
I think both sides, both sides of the
Reserve
Invoker
time.
will be good this game. We'll see which one they choose to go for. But just overall a nice hero, and a hero that Cancel's been practicing a lot in pubs lately.
We've seen how DileCom move for the Abaddon here, and this kind of covers some bases, if you will, because I was getting ready to pose the potential question, like, is there any possibility that this Morphling could end up being not a full support link, but as we've seen, like some of that off-lane Morphling action, we saw it once by Faceless, of course, at Dota Pit, but
Oh, I forgot.
but like the thing is DileCom getting an Abaddon now, so it's like if they're gonna try to play that and just put so much on the stun, now they just have a shield to kind of get rid of it, so it'd be a bit awkward.
I bet it was gonna be a
10
support fling.
seconds remaining.
The Monkeys has done that a
5
couple times in
seconds
the past. They
remaining.
even did it in a match the other day.
Oh
So
yeah?
I bet that's actually what it was gonna be. But DileCom
Reserve
reading that,
time.
I guess they watched the match. I remember seeing it, or somebody messaged me and said, "You see Monkeys playing Morphling?" So we'll see if they still run it as the the offline Morphling, even with an Abaddon on the field,
10
or if
Yeah.
they
seconds
run it as the
remaining.
traditional carry. I'm kind of curious to see after they pick up that Abaddon.
5 seconds
And I'm curious how
remaining.
DileCom are going to read it as well. Now do they ban a Moo hero or not? They do ban a Moo hero, so
Dire
they're
team
thinking
pick.
that compLexity are just going to still still push forward with what could be a Monkey's Morphling. Uh, we'll have to see if compLexity are going to go down that road or not. It's weird because, I mean, maybe they were hoping to have a bit of that mind game factor.
10
Because if you
seconds
ban
remaining.
an Abaddon in that slot instead of like the Mirana, let's
compLexity's
say,
turn
then
to
it kind of
pick.
becomes, I guess, a bit more obvious it's going to be a support link. But, they take that bit of a gamble. DileCom reads the situation. They get themselves an Abaddon, and now they'll finish things out with a Templar Assassin to be kind of your dominant mid laner and kind of build up,
10
draw attention to
seconds
herself, and
remaining.
kind of set the stage for the Luna, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's
5
also a nice core
seconds
that really
remaining.
benefits from the Bloodlust. So sort of fitting into that style of, you pick the Ogre, you want to pick 2 cores that really like to right click, or you don't really get the value out of them that you kind of need for that hero to be useful come the mid game.
And with the last pick, it is going to be a Slark. So it looks like compLexity went into this saying we want to keep the
Prepare for battle.
Monkey's Morphling going, and they're going to stick with it here. Sorry, I was a bit disoriented because I had forgotten that we had hopped into a game or we had to hop into watching the game. So I'll just do one last reminder to everybody. There is going to be no Dota TV for this game. We're not able to kind of make it into the lobby. There was just a ton of lobby remakes. There were like ticket issues apparently trying to get the game ticketed. We have the game ticketed, but unfortunately we're not going to be in the game commentating it. So we have, so instead we get to watch it with the ticket. So thank you for getting it ticketed because now we can watch it from here. But we'll be putting up with a delay like everyone else. But for the sake of the cast, it's much more worth to make sure we're both watching the same game, right? Otherwise, it'll just sound like I'm predicting everything, I guess.
You're just that good.
I'm just that good. But here we go, early
30
on.
seconds to
Complexity, as mentioned, in a game not going to allow them to stay alive, but they are a team that's still looking to, you know, make that big impression here. Make sure that their Morphling strat still continues to work. If they're not able to get the best of DileCom, how the hell are they going to get the best of that Team NP future matchup or Team Digital Chaos future matchup? For DileCom, I don't know what their future is, I'll be honest with you, but whatever it is, they'll do it, man. Do you think
Yep.
this will be a team? I don't know if that's
The
positive or
battle
not.
begins.
I mean, I doubt it. Is VAC or is DAC a Valve sponsored tournament, or
That's a wonderful question. I wish I had the answer, but I'm not going to be able to give it to you right now. I'm sorry.
okay? Because if they are, then they're not playing in DAC.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And they're also not playing in the major. So I would assume they, either swap out some players or, we'll have to see. This team seems sort of like a mismatch of random players. They had Leo Style going in the beginning of it. I think they had the Sword for a little bit of time, swapped him out.
Yeah.
So they've pulled a few players in and out.
I imagine they'll try to get in the qualifier. I don't know if they'll get straight up invited. I don't even know if there's open quals, but if they're there, I'm sure they'll do their damnedest to play until like a Reddit thread's made about it. Someone says, hey, they shouldn't be playing. Well, whatever the case may be, they're going to duke it out now for complexity. This is an opportunity for them to at least hone their skills and, at least maybe make a scrim out of it or something. Not every day they're going to be able to kind of match up with complexity and see where they stand. But here's the laning phase. They're utilizing the Ogre here on the side of DileCom, trying to get the most with their precious off-lane Abaddon, trying to make Moose stay back and not be able to be a part of the creep action here. It's working a bit for now, man. He's only gotten 1 CS.
Yeah, this is not a lane that Slark does super well in early on. Once they have a few levels, though, they definitely can threaten a kill on some of these heroes. When Slark gets 2-3 levels up in the Dark Pact.
Okay then, well, I happen to be just glancing at the mid lane for that one. Cancel just pokes at Van, connects with a cycle, and it's over. And now Z-Talk also going to be forced back. So, whoa, not your best start. It looks like for DileCom here, and specific for Van in the mid lane, it looks like Cancel's Invoker's going to have a nice little head start.
Yeah, just as a player, Cancel as a player is one of those players that likes to right click you a lot early on, harass you down, and quite often you can see a kill happen in the lane. And he just plays very, very aggressively, focuses more on getting like harass in, or maybe attack a CS for it here or there. And like I said, can quite often lead to kills as it does there. So not the way you want this lane to go as the TA. Going down is not what should be happening. Is you do have the refraction tick, so the tornado should really never do that much. But got harassed down, and tornado hits him and cleans up a kill. So nice play from Cancel. Even though I think this lane will still be fine for Van, up to 12 and 8 compared to Cancel's only 6 and 1, even after the death.
We'll see if Van will be able to still hold his own and get recovery at doing what TA typically will do best, and that's play the CS game early on and see if they're going to be forced to get her back on recovery with maybe some ancient stacks or something. Z-Freak, we've been flirting around this bottom lane. Looks like he'll depart for now, paying a visit through the mid lane period. There's a ward on hand, but I don't know what kind of kill setup they could be looking for here. If they do get an opportunity, maybe a go on Van could be viable here. Bottom lane, though. Oh, thought we were going to be seeing an
Oh,
advancement
goodness.
Here, oh, there's a grab, pounce. Can they do enough here? 208 runs up the other side and looks like he'll be fine.
Yep. Z-Freak is doing the stupid cheeky ancient pulls.
Oh, that's what we were goodnessing about. Ah, yes. We saw this not long ago, but at Dota Pit even. OG pulling this one out, giving that heavy advantage. Why the oh goodness? Is this considered BM, CCNC?
It's not BM, it's just a stupid concept.
It's just like, I mean, well, bottom lane Swindle's in trouble. Maybe he was busy eyeballing the mid lane as far as what was going down there, but ooh, he finds himself almost near death, but he will be able to survive onto this one. But this isn't going to be unfortunate. Obviously going to be a huge advantage for Cancel here, and obviously great for Z-Freak, as any of the creeps that go down will bulk up his XP boost a lot.
Yeah, as Van realizes what's happening, he hits him with the XD.
Classic.
Knowing that he's gonna miss a couple waves here and there, as there's not too much you can do about it, as the Shadow Demons sort of resign up in this top lane, trying to help out the Luna, deal with the Morphling as much as they can. Although he is still level 3 right now, so having a decent time considering how bad that hero is in the lane. Whenever you do go for this, support lane builds early on, work up towards that level 5, level 7, then go around, start trying to make plays happen. And the Shadow Demon will really have to play babysit to the Luna, or the Luna have to be very, very careful. Maybe sack some farm in the lane and go to the jungle earlier on once he gets like the Helmet Dominator running, so he doesn't give up any kills, because he knows that once the Morphling has some levels, they're gonna start rotating the Lesh and the Rubik in here, and things are gonna get hairy.
Yeah, he has those tranquils on hand, so the armor is going to be bulked up a bit. Just needs to kind of get something to help with the mana here, which typically will be something like that Soul Ring. So there's a little bit of time ahead here for Monkeys to get that. But as mentioned, not going to be surprised if they don't try to put it to use somehow. Hard commitment in for Moo in the bottom lane to just fend him off and keep him away from the farm. And back at mid lane, now that Z-Talk has kind of showed himself in the bottom, Cancel is going to look to make a approach onto Van here. This is a good opportunity for him while Van is not level 6 and can't really dish out the traps. I guess Cancel looks to see if he can kind of get the upper hand, but it's an awkward trade there for a bit. They'll kind of go their separate ways for now. Oh, but now we have Melons. Melons gets the stun connection here. That's trouble for Van. He eats the fairy fire. He's getting hit by the edict. He's trying to hide the trees. There's a nice shield save coming in from 208. And Swindles is like, I'll just round the corner and see if I can find my way home this way. But he is running into a Shadow Demon, and even Z-Talk looks to get in on the action. You want to pull our mid lane? All right. Take him down. Top lane, though, at that same moment, smash. Gonna get jumped here, Monkeys. He's got to hit a right click. Oh, the salve. It's too good. Oh, eats the mango, gets the adaptive off, and that will get the job done.
Yeah, so like we talked about, Smash Out, and be very careful in this top lane. It does go down a rotation from Z-Freak after he heals up, and in the meanwhile, while the Abaddon left the lane sort of got to the point where they can't really sustain being down here anymore. Moo buying 3 sets of regen, so 2 tangos and a salve instead of just the normal 1-and-1. So doubling down, realizing they're gonna be down here, I need to have enough regen to get to my level 6, and he does. As the tread's up online now as well, and Slark just as a hero is one of the best heroes in the game versus Abaddon, just because you can, constantly build up these stacks as the game goes later and later. You don't really care about him having the borrowed time.
It is sucking away at those stacks. No big deal. So we'll have to see if at some point 208 is going to have to just take his business elsewhere. For now, just kind of holding it till he even gets the borrowed time to kind of work with at that point. Swindle joins him down here for now. And Monkeys is able to kind of get on some early action. He's feeling pretty confident here. Look at this. He's going to go for the Midas. But he's found himself in the bad end of the gank. There goes the disruption. And they're going to be able to get the finish simultaneous, though, as it looks like they will also get their own offlaner here in the bottom lane between Swindle and Moo.
Yep, looks like they're setting up to take this tower, but Rubik TPing in, has that Fade Bolt, and probably just going to zap the wave to keep him from getting onto it. And with the SD being kind of far back, unlikely that he'll get in range to get the disruption off, while Monkeys taking a little beating, but should be fine.
Dive here, commitment. And I actually was trying to utilize the fact that we can go back in time because we're watching the game to see if I can catch that gank, but I'll jump back live for now. I didn't want to miss any further action. We have the technology after all.
Yeah, 208 almost goes down again bottom. So not level 6 yet, really low. Looks like he goes for the arcane boots, so probably going to be going for that mech on Abaddon a little bit. Uncommon, it's become more common lately. Before it was like the Logan buff build, the Phase into Vlad's, and now Arcane's mech, more stereotypical stuff like the Darkseer build, but just on an Abaddon has been more popular lately.
And just as fast as he gets his borrowed time, he'll be forced here to use it early on as Moo makes his approach back at mid lane. Cancel. Almost on the bad end of a trap right there as he tickles at Z-Talk a bit. Neither lane really able to kind of fall through with anything, but those levels mentioned before, building up on monkeys, and I have crashed. Okay, well, I am sorry, I've crashed, so you may have to radio Dota this one. Dota just straight up went, you know what, I'm done here, and I will quickly try to get the game started back up, so feel free to relay any information that you feel is necessary right now.
How the throne died.
Oh, okay, well, we're done here. I'll just go ahead and wrap things up. All right, let me get that. Of course, you can't start the game up right away because the game is already running for some reason, but now we're through it. Let me get back in.
Smash is getting gone on 3-man gank. Gets Morphling stunned up. Maybe going down. Yep, does fall.
Oh, wonderful. Well, no worries. I am getting back in. We are in the watch. We are looking for the live game. That is not...
compLexity's owning.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they just killed Shadow Demon too. They're gonna kill Abaddon.
Oh, wonderful. I wonder if I can rewind after I get in.
Ogre Skadoosh's the Rubik. He's running around in the trees.
What? Oh no. Why Dota?
He gets stunned too. Morphling is stunning everyone for like 15 years.
Okay, I'm back for this one at least. C-Talk? He's dead as hell. He died faster than my fucking Dota did. So let me go ahead and get back on free camera mode here and get this all loaded up. And I will apologize for the bit of downtime. And all you missed apparently was compLexity going a bit ham. Score is now 7-3. And well, there we are. Sorry, I think I got my wits about me now. That was just a bit unfortunate. It's all right, man. It's not like it's a grand final or anything.
Yeah, no. Just a match that doesn't matter.
It's a match that doesn't even matter, folks. It doesn't even matter. That's right. It's compLexity versus DileCom, as who can get it for the bragging rights at the end of the day. DileCom, though, with seriously a lot of work cut out for him here. But here comes Cancel now, rotating in from behind. Tried to go for the two-man Cyclone. Only got on the Shadow Demon. EMP also not going to be connecting. But, hey, they locked him down just enough for Mu to step in to be able to get the finish there. 208. He's upset about it. Puts a shield on himself. But, really, that's all he can do. So, he'll just sit there and wait around a bit. Mu will get himself back into the lane. And compLexity will take another win as a tier 1 in the top lane will go down. Is that a big stun? Yes, it is. But it's an Ogre. So they can start this, but it'll take a little bit of effort here. Wait for it. They got him down. All right, and there's another stun because it's a hero, and they'll beat on him a bit. 4 more seconds, and another stun will be there. Hold on a second. Wait for it. Get him. Get him. Get him. Oh, can't get the vision. Turns back, fires off a different stun instead. This one onto the approaching Abaddon. Monkeys will pay with his life now, and compLexity will finally be forced to step back. Big rotation in from DileCom, but they have to maintain composure here in this game as much as possible.
Yeah, Van has Brown Boots Blink, so that's not something we see. It's not something we see a lot. More recently, we've seen, Deso here and there, first item a little more frequently, while Blink still being the thing people predominantly go for first. But a lot of time we'll see the Treads, the Aqua, some smaller items before we go for this, not typically just the boost straight into the Blink Dagger. So a little low on damage, but is very, very hard to kill. Has to get lifted into a Morphling stun, or otherwise he's just going to disjoint the Morphling stun with a blink. So does kind of pay off top lane. You get the kill there. The compLexity storming out in mid with the smoke. Monkey's walking in, ready to donk somebody.
They want to get in on this DileCom jungle and see if they can find someone to take down. They see now Ogre hanging mid lane. I don't know if that is enticing enough for them. Meanwhile, there is a push coming in. Smash leading the charge. Him and his bird friend are going to work on this tier 1 tower, but I think it looks like Cole are going to make that move. And they got Z-Talk. Meanwhile, up and above, Monkey spots out TA, stuns her and says, you wait a moment while we deal with this Ogre and we're to come back for you. They do, but she is going to be able to blink out before they can get a follow-up stun. compLexity will take the one-man takedown and they'll look to go for the tier 1 in the mid lane. Should be easy peasy for him. Oh, Monkeys jumps on forward, gets the stun on Abaddon, makes an easy setup for Swindles, and oh my god, that's an Eclipse! Boom! See you later, Monkeys. He gets annihilated. Here comes Van, and this is DileCom's time to shine, baby. They blast through 3, get the hell out of here. Smash gets a double kill. Zefric trying to make it out. He's gone. Okay, well, DileCom's playing the game now. Mu casually rolls in mid lane, sees Smash, says, maybe I'll fight. But he's got to be careful now. Oh, they purged him. He's got packed and now has Pounce. But they were going for a new target instead. They see Z-Freak. DileCom's getting kills now. DileCom's making money now.
Is under attack.
Yeah, everybody's TPing in. They want to fight.
Oh my goodness, Monkeys wants to play. He jumps in, he gets off the stun, but what are you going to do after that? Swindles is not going to get the follow-up stun. Monkeys is going to go down. Oh, is he? Is he? Yes, he is. He's going to go down. Oh, this is just ridiculous right now. They're all still fighting within the lines. Everyone coming back into the action right now and setting the record straight. Cancel gets right back into the grind with a double kill. But not before Van grabs another kill and then quickly sneaks out. Oh my god. DileCom get a lot going for themselves, but I don't know. When you balance out the back end of that trade with Cancel coming back and getting a couple of kills, it's really hard to weigh who wins at the end of the day after that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty even, to be honest.
Yeah.
Both sides losing, most of their cores, TA and Slark not going down through it, but losing basically everybody else. They don't get the tower on DileCom, which is a little unfortunate, but this lineup, as far as the drafts go, I think is much more even. DileCom have considerably better late game. They have and they have the Ogre buffing up the T and the Luna, so they have some very, very strong cores. compLexity do sort of have this assurance that they can always make a replicate of the Luna as the game goes later, so they essentially have like 2.5 cores, and then Monkey stunning people here and there. Mu actually going for this Helm of the Dominator instead of like what we've seen a lot more commonly.
Oh, they get a Tornado EMP combo onto Smash. Shadow Demon nearby is going to need some assistance. They step in with the Arcanes, and everything is right in the world. But not for Shadow Demon here. It gets a nice little save with the shield, but it's not going to be good enough. Mu's going to be able to get the finish there, and they settle for the next target too. Both supports going to be going down. Mu says, oh no, DileCom are not back in this game. It's compLexity through and through here. Monkey's moving on to the next target. Spotted out the Abaddon. Him and his replicate Luna try to dish out some right-click damage, but without any sort of follow-up.
Dire's top tower
He'll
is
just
under
bring him
attack.
closer to the rest of the team and stun him again, because the stun comes up within every 8 seconds or so. There's Cancel now, moving into the mix, gets some good
Dire's
Cyclone
bottom
in,
tower
but
is under attack.
Cole just kind of playing with their food here, but here comes the rest of DileCom now looking to make their move forward. Eclipse is up. They're fighting within the tree. Swindle gets a lot of damage off, but now he's short on mana. Looking to make his move on forward. Smash. Knocks him on down with the Lucent Beam. compLexity might need to get back. They're looking to step off now.
Dire's
Get the
bottom
stun onto
tower
the
is
TA.
down.
Purge, though, connecting onto Cancel. He's trying to run up and out. Van's going to leap up and over to go on in. If you right-click, should get the job done. Tornado's there, but the Lucent Beam will get it finished. Smash with a double kill on this one. Just get out of there, Cole. We're trying to.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, at the very least, Mu takes down the tier 2. He actually typically goes for this HOD first on the Slark, so a little bit uncommon for most players nowadays. So go for the Echo Saber first or the Shadow Blade still.
Yeah.
But does have the Shadow Blade now on
Radiant's
top
middle
of it,
tower has
and
fallen.
looking to make a fight happen.
Okay, Van could be in a bit of trouble here. Not enough shield, might not be enough. No, he's good. Makes it back inside, but then there's going to be the stun. He's locked in a stunned prison. Disruption, it was on the Slark. I don't know if it meant to be there or not. Whatever it may be, Shadow Demon's going to pay the price, and so is the Abaddon. It's going to be a double kill for Melons, and then another stun comes out, and another stun, and another stun, and another kill, and it's just compLexity just beating ass. All right, well, now they're going to look to move on forward for the tier 2. Smash is like, I just got to farm. I can't do anything about
Dire's
this.
middle tower
It's
is
tough,
under
man. The
attack.
stuns are really coming out, and obviously without a BKB, without a way to kind of get out of there. I mean, Abaddon has his work cut out for him, for God's sakes.
Dire's structures are
Yeah,
fortified.
Abaddon, this is not really the scenario you want this hero to be in. You want to have at least, some semblance
Dire's
of
middle tower
farm.
is under
He's
attack.
considerably behind both of the compLexity supports. And this hero also wants to be in a situation where you're strong enough to where you can just sort of stand up in the front, and you just being there with the
Dire's middle
shields and the
tower
heals
has
can
fallen.
keep your team up in the front lines, and they aren't able to just run at you. But that's not the case right now, as compLexity just sort of storms DileCom, and he shields and heals desperately wherever he can, trying to slow their assault, but they just don't really have a way to keep them off of them, as they have, basically no lockdown. They have the Shadow Demon Purge and the Ogre slow, and
Ooh,
the
they might
stun,
get
but that's
Cancel
about
here.
it.
Cancel comes back in, trying to square up on Van, and then sees an approach and quickly ghost walks the hell out of there. It looks like they're not going to be able to
Dire's
get close
top
enough
tower
to
is
spot him
under
out. I don't even
attack.
think they had detection. They don't, so it doesn't even matter. Up and above compLexity, have taken the time to move in instead for the tier 2. They'll take that one. All right, feeling pretty nice
Dire's
here
top tower has
for
fallen.
Cole. In a game that does not matter, they may go 2-0.
Yeah, they have taken all the 2-2s now, so they're going to start taking these shrines, and you really don't want to be behind, you're in a scenario like this where your map control starts getting taken away as a slower, because he'll just farm the whole map. He'll pick off your squishy heroes as they try and split the lanes, and with the HOD and now the Echo Saber completed as well, he is very tanky and hard to bring down, as like we talked about earlier. DileCom has some catch issues.
All right. Quickly shield off the stun here. Monkeys is able to get the replicate, but they might be able to bring it down in time. They have to really work for it, but finally, maybe they'll get the Luna. Have they put themselves into an awkward spot trying to go for it? Moo's looking to make advantage of it. Tries to get a hold of Van from behind. The Cyclone will be there, kind of disrupts things a bit, but it's a beautiful connection with that and the EMP. Smash tries to go in. He's caught on the other side of that ice wall, though. They'll get the disruption off. It might not be good enough, and it's not. Smash is going to be going down. 40 seconds, no buyback for him. It's Cole looking to go for closure here, as the rest of the DileCom members are just frantic to try to make it back inside. They get that Shadow Demon. They're looking for more. Ogre's going to be able to make it inside safe. Close the door. Trouble's coming. Oh, Moo peeks in. DileCom
Yeah, they have the mech on Swindle as well. Not enough mana for it though, so they don't have that heal right now.
Speaking of not enough mana, Z-Talk loses all of his and now has to step back in a way. Yeah, real mature CCC, real mature. But Tier 3 in trouble here
Radiant's bottom tower
for Cole.
is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tier 3, okay, well they're not going to get it. Looks like they will step away, they will bow out. But Cole got to be feeling pretty good here, or just stuck back possibly in another position where DileCom maybe will try to get the jump on someone as they're making an escape. Z-Freak, not going to be that guy. Not going to be that guy.
Yeah, Moon in the meantime locks onto the Abaddon, steals some more stacks, so has 25 stacks right now. Is very strong, up to 24 armor, so really mitigating what the TA is good at, which is physical damage. Whenever you have all this armor and you're super mobile, not able to like lock him down and get any hits in, he's just gonna move around and jump on these supports.
Cole are looking to finish this out. I mean, they just go right back in. They will be able to gobble up the Ogre, and any advantage they can get, they're looking to walk away with racks, it looks like. I don't really blame them. They were a bit feisty, if you will, a bit spicy in the lobby.
Yeah, maybe, Cole was a team not super fond of waiting, like to get straight into the dotes.
You know, they had a team dinner for this.
Dire's middle barracks
And
has fallen.
they'll at least be able to have their head held high with a good 2-0 to round out the day, as they look to go for the finish here. A good jump in for Smash, but he doesn't get saved with the disruption, and now he's looking to utilize himself in all those ridiculous illusions to go to work here on Swindles. Swindles eats a lot of the damage, but it looks like he may be able to make it back in a way. Can't say the same, though, for Van. He goes down. He's out. No buyback for him. Smash is working with whatever he's got left, trying to take it to Monkeys, but Monkeys is a strength morphling. He's got 2,000 life. A Yule's. Plenty of things to work with here.
Everybody's up in the air.
Yeah, everyone's dancing around the air. Get to the ground and die already. compLexity looking to finish it out. Can they get it done? Yes, they can. Smash is out. Smash has a buyback. Doesn't want to use it. I think this one is done here. Moo finishes with an exclamation point as he secures a godlike.
Dire's
How
bottom
wonderful
tower
for him.
is under attack.
Yep,
Taunting right in the fountain. The disrespect coming out right now. You did it, guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We will not see you in Shanghai, though, but we will see you in the next qualifier. I don't even know what that means, but, you know. I don't even know where to go from here. It's just, when we take from this is compLexity in the next go-around with a new format. Who knows, like, what's to come as far as DAC and for the Kiev Major.
Is under attack.
But it's continued practice. It's continued work from them from their team house. They got to at least hold their ground as being in that, like, top 3 of this qualifier. And now they're just styling all over DileCom, unfortunately, but we look forward to seeing more from them, I'm sure, CCC.
Yeah, I think dropping a game to Duop at some point in this qualifier, costing them pretty heavily, not getting that 2-0.
Yeah.
And I think that did actually make the difference from, putting them out of possibility and just leaving NP and DC in it.
Wowie, wowie, wow. We have finished our day of American qualifier action. It's been a bit of a doozy here. We'll be able to kind of get the recap on everything, but it's looking like it's coming down to just 2 teams and 2 teams only, Digital Chaos and Team NP. We'll go into that further, but just to kind of close things out on this series, I mean, CCNC, I mean, this is what we expected to see, really. compLexity are, on paper, the better team. They show it in their gameplay. I don't know if what else we can really say about it. Do you have any closing thoughts here? Maybe for DileCom, maybe for their players. They're very talented players, but this team is not ready, not here, not now.
Yeah, it's very hard to go from that like tier 2 and acquiring that knowledge, the teamwork that it takes to get to like that team that actually has a has a shot for qualifying for these majors. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing. You have to get to the level where you can beat these teams. Like if you can't beat MP, you can't beat Cole, and you can't beat like Wanted, then you're not making a major. You're not making a land. So it's just a hard grind getting to that point where you're good enough to make it.
We'll have to see if they continue to grind it out and what kind of team will continue to resurface for DileCom, for Van, Smash, all these respected, talented South American players. So we continue to look forward to see where we're going to see them pop up in future qualifiers in Dota games. compLexity, we could say the same for. I'm sure we're going to be seeing more qualifier action for them. They still have a super important series ahead of them, though. Not tomorrow, but the day after, which, what day is that? It's going to be the 2nd, which is Thursday. The last series of this qualifier, it's going to be compLexity versus Team NP, and it's one that matters for NP. So it's going to be an awesome time, but that's done for us today. CCNC, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming by and co-casting with me. It's been a real treat, and I'm sure we'll be working together maybe even in the future, unless you hate me, which, that's fine too.
Is it fine?
No, it's not. So you're done
Okay.
here, and I don't want to see you again. So thank you so much. If you guys want to see more CCNC, though, hit him up on his Twitter at CCNC Dota 2. I'm done for now. We'll catch you guys next time, and more Star Series action to come at you tomorrow. It might be Breaky. It might be someone else. Shouts to those guys for continuing the qualifier coverage along with myself, and we'll see you next time for more Dota. Take care.